Hi, my name is Adele Robinson. I've decided to do my health education program on substance abuse and overdose prevention. Attendees will be educated and made aware of the risks and consequences of drug use, what to do in an emergency situation, and educated on the pathophysiology of substance abuse and the brain. The model I decided was the most helpful for this topic was the generalized planning model. There's 5 steps. The first one, assessing needs. Substance use is increasing daily in South Jersey, where I'm from, and the community needs to be educated on the prevention of overdoses and substance use. The second step, setting goals and objectives. To reduce overdoses, the overall goals are to reduce overdoses, to educate members of our community, and be educated on the resources that are available for help, and to increase overall well-being of our community members and human beings. The third step is developing an intervention. So I developed a program in my local area. For those interested, they will come once a month to learn about the physical and psychological aspects of addiction, as well as the resources and support groups available for help, such as AA, NA, other local rehab centers. The participants will also be educated on habits and tendencies of addicts and what to look out for. And then you'll also be educated on how to use Narcan, God forbid you're ever in an emergency situation. There will be a psychiatrist there, as well as a law enforcement officer that will educate you when you go into breakout groups. And there will be many fundraisers held to purchase the necessary tools for this program, such as pamphlets, Narcan, and other materials that may be needed. The fourth step is implementing the program, doing it, taking action. The program will be the first Wednesday of the month from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the local library in town in a community room. Participants will break out into groups that will rotate, and each group will focus on a different topic regarding substance abuse. And then the fifth step of the planning model is evaluating the results. So after each session, attendees will be asked to complete a quiz or /survey regarding the informational session, and based on these results, changes will be made to the program. The theory that I thought was the most helpful and really relates to addiction was the social cognitive theory. So throughout life, there are a ton of factors that influence human behavior, and the social cognitive theory says that cognitive factors such as knowledge, expectations, and attitudes, which is like your personal factors, how you feel about stuff, contribute to it. Environmental factors, your social norms, your access in the community, influence on others. So kind of how you're around, the saying, you're a product of your own environment, kind of goes to show this. And then behavioral factors, how you act, your self-efficacy, and the skills that you have. With any type of addiction, there are cognitive, environmental, and behavioral factors that influence our behavior towards that addiction or towards the habit that we have. An example would be if someone is being bullied, that would be an environmental factor that could lead to addiction. Or if you're depressed and stressed, a lot of people turn to addiction, which is your cognitive factor. The program has 3 overall goals and 1 objective and mission. The goals are to understand not only like the physical aspect of addiction, but the psychological, because you might see somebody and say, oh, that person's like strung out, but there's something going on in their brain that is leading them to use drugs. It's a disease. The other goal is to be taught how to use Narcan and administer it safely, and other reversal medications. So we're hoping that we can send each participant home with a Narcan just in case they ever need it. It's good to have in case of emergency. You never know what could happen on the side of the road. And then the other goal is understanding and learning that referral services are available. The objective is to, following the completion of the program, attendees will be able to educate others will be able to educate others who did not attend. And the mission of this program is to help people get clean and in recovery and reduce overdoses. By implementing the program, how we're going to implement it with our financial resources, I kind of talked about fundraising, donations. We're going to work with local centers and nonprofit organizations. It's going to be a lot of volunteer work. For material resources, we are going to print pamphlets. We're going to get take-home Narcan. And then we also would like to have some type of goodie there each week. And then for human resources, doctor or psychiatrist, law enforcement, volunteers, any type of volunteer from the community, we will be more than happy to have you help us with this program. It'll be once a week or once a month, every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month, from 7 to 8:30 at a local library. And then we will also tweak the program based on the results and the feedback. There are a couple conflicts that we could run into: lack of funds if our funding runs out, lack of professional help if we can't get a doctor there the 1 week or the 1 month, lack of communication, meaning like getting the word out. It has to be, to attend, it's recommended 17 years or older, kind of like getting like the adult mindset. And then the location, there's one night a month that we can't get it, so we're gonna have to find somewhere else. So that is my substance abuse and overdose prevention program, and if this was ever to really be implemented, I think it would be a lot of help in the community.